I don't know, y'all. It's not looking great for Tyler Perry.
Can you explain that first alleged incident?
I got into bed and then I noticed that he climbed into bed with me as well.
Tyler Perry sexual assault SA accusation is back up on our screen. Let's talk about it. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing here? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video I want to talk about Tyler the Perry. So a couple of months ago I did a story about a former cast members, a former actor in his TV show The Over accused Tyler Perry for sexual assault, workplace harassment and all that. And in the court document, text messages were released between both of them and all that. We had the conversation. If you haven't seen that video, go check out that video because that video gives more details to what we're talking about. So now his accuser, Derek Dixon, it's now sitting down with the news to have an interview to talk about his experience and exactly what happened. So Derek sat down with a journalist to give an interview of what happened, and he gave a detailed information story of what happened between him and Tyler Perry, and believe that is because he didn't give Tyler Perry what he wants, which is schmecks. That's why his character was killed from the show and all that. And this has struck a lot of speculation. Some people are like, they believe him, Tyler Perry did it. But mind you guys, all these are all alleged. All this accusation about Tyler Perry is all allegedly, okay? So some people are here saying that, you know what, they believe him, they don't believe him. Some people are saying he's trying to shake Tyler Perry off for money. Some people, like, a whole lot of conversation is going on. And he's suing him for $250 million. That's a lot of money. Anyway, guys, let's go check a couple of clips from the interview, people's reaction to it, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Tyler Perry, at this point, just settle with this man because you was out here living foul. Now, Tyler Perry's accuser sits down with ABC News and he goes over the account of his interactions with Tyler Perry and all of the allegations behind the lawsuit.
Also alleges that in January of 2020, there was an escalation from the text messages to Tyler Perry's behavior becoming physical. Can you explain that first alleged incident?
Yes, we were over at his house. We're having some drinks in his guest house, and it was late at night, and he has a guest quarters, and said that you can sleep there instead of not driving. And his house is far from Atlanta and where I was living, and I got into bed and then I noticed that he climbed into bed with me as well and started rubbing my leg. And I jumped up out of bed, and he has said, turn around so I can look at you, and just commented on how I looked. And then he got up and left. So I thought after that instance, it was pretty clear that I was not interested in that type of a relationship.
Now, as a reminder, Derek Dixon was a star of Tyler Perry's series called The Oval, which he had premiered on 84 episodes. Dixon goes on to say in this interview that Tyler Perry had, in one scene on the show, had his character being shot. And there was speculation as to whether that character was going to live or die. And he felt as though his relationship with Tyler Perry, basically letting Tyler Perry do the things he was doing, all predicated on whether he was going to have a job or not. Now, after this full incident in September of 2024, he actually went to the EEOC because he felt as though his character dying off in the show was Tyler Perry retaliating against him. Now, he also states in another snippet of the interview I'm getting ready to play how he had to subsequently lock himself in the bathroom to stop Tyler Perry from allegedly trying to make an advance on him.
Tyler Perry's home in Atlanta, and it ends up with you locking yourself in a bathroom.
We started out having drinks in the living room like we, have done before. And it got to a point in the night where, we were both kind of feeling drunk. And I remember we were walking back to the guest area where I've stayed before. And there was this health monitor scale on the way. And I was like, what is that? And he said, well, you have to be in your underwear to measure, whatever. So you should do it. He reached down and pulled my underwear down and grabbed my and I, tried to stop him and pull back my underwear up. And he kind of grabbed my arms and said, no, it's okay. Just go with it.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and settle with this man because these allegations are pretty gross and egregious.
In my opinion, Tyler Perry needs to settle this lawsuit with Derek Dixon. Let me explain why. Derek Dixon did a very detailed interview, which I think was very smart on the part of his attorney to have him do this. ABC News yesterday. During this interview, you got to really see Derek Dixon. You got to learn a little bit more about this $260 million lawsuit, which is a lot of money. Derek Dixon's lawyer knows that most people, even though I did this on my TikTok and I did this in other videos, most people are not going to go through the lawsuit. They're not even going to bother to really read it. But they will watch like an 11-minute video where Derek Dixon reads through some of the text messages between him and Tyler Perry. You hear from his own voice how their relationship developed over time, going from actor and billionaire to a situation where he was experiencing harassment. You get to see the vehicle Tyler Perry bought for Derek Dixon, which plays into quid pro quo, or I'm going to give you some for me to get what I want, type of arrangement that is being alleged in the lawsuit. And then probably the most damaging thing about this interview is the part where Derek Dixon, in vivid detail, describes one of the most damaging physical incidents between he and Tyler Perry. And I'm going to leave you with that clip. You can judge for yourself. But I think the damage has been done. And before it gets worse, I'm not sure why they are not ready to settle this, because it seems ripe for settlement, in my personal opinion.
He reached down and pulled my underwear down and grabbed my mask, and I, tried to stop him and pull back my underwear up, and he kind of grabbed my arms and said, no, it's okay. Just go with it. And I said, stop, I don't want to be naked, I want this. And he was just like, no, I'm not going to hurt you.
I don't know, y'all. It's not looking great for Tyler Perry.
Can you explain that first alleged incident?
I got into bed, and then I noticed that he climbed into bed with me as well and started rubbing my leg. And I jumped up out of bed. Unless someone's been through something where they have their control over their bodies taken away, you don't really understand the kind of feelings that you get in that moment.
In case you didn't already know, that is one of the actors from Tyler Perry's show, The Oval. His name is Derek Dixon, and he is suing Tyler Perry for $260 million. He's suing him for workplace harassment and retaliation because, according to him, Tyler Perry was using their relationship, or the relationship that Tyler Perry wanted with him, to dangle over his head for his acting career. Now, I told y'all this before. This is so much bigger than just Tyler Perry being weird. This is somebody who worked for Tyler Perry, so it carries so much more weight because of the different positions and power and positionality within their working relationship. Here's what Tyler Perry and his legal team said when the allegations first came out.
Perry's legal team calls the accusations a scam, saying the claims are fabricated and part of an attempted shakedown.
He also released some text messages when the lawsuit was first filed that showed Tyler Perry being completely inappropriate and a little bit weird and creepy with him. Now, some people are saying that the text messages made it seem consensual, but again, you can't do that when you're somebody's boss. Yeah.
Derek Dixon, who was suing Tyler Perry for $260 million, saying that he was by Tyler Perry, I actually feel like he's trying to blackmail Tyler Perry. Because in that interview, he said that they have once before had drinks at his guest home. It sounds like they had some type of fling, something going on, because Tyler Perry promised him his own show after he allegedly was assaulted, and then said that he didn't hear from Tyler Perry after that, and then decided to come forward. Granted, the case is based on him claiming that Tyler Perry was using the relationship that he wanted with him to dangle over his head for his acting career. Like, the text messages just really screamed something different. Like, it screamed like y'all both was trying to use each other for something. He might have really liked you and really wanted a romantic relationship with you, but you seem like you could use him to advance your acting career, literally. And it seems like you did not get what you wanted at the end, so now you're going to go a different route to get the money. Like, that's really what it's screaming. I'm not going to lie, y'all. Like, I don't think Tyler Perry is guilty. I genuinely feel like they both went into this relationship wanting something from one another. And he's just mad because he got the short end of the stick, for real, when it came down to it.
Tyler Perry, you know what you did. Yes, I love your movies, okay? I love you. You have a giving heart. You have a big heart, all the above. But Tyler Perry, you know what you did. Now, you might not did everything that man said you did, but some of the stuff you did. That man was a person that worked for your employee. You know as a boss, a CEO, that you have no business sending no shots or trying to flirt with no employee. You setting yourself up for failure. You did. That's exactly what you did. Now, I don't know if he gonna get that amount that he's asking for, but he gonna get something under the table. I bet you any kind of money, just like Shay, okay, Shannon Sharp, that's not gonna go to court. He gonna settle for an amount under the table, and it's just gonna go away. And guess what? When they settle for those amounts, they lawyers, Tyler Perry lawyer, gonna put it in the contract that man will never ever be able to speak about this ever again. Now, like I said, it might not be all true, but it got some type of truth in it. You know, that man did an interview. Don't put yourself, nobody can't say that I did this, I did that, because I'm not going to put myself in no situation for nobody to even lie. You gave this man enough room to lie on you. Knowing you worth a lot of money. Y'all are targets. You know what I'm saying? Now, this man, I don't know what race he is. You know, it ain't no sister that's getting the money, just like Shannon Sharp. Ain't no sister got that money. Now, you done let this man, you know what I'm saying, come and is going to be able to collect millions off of you. You could have donated that money or gave that money to your family or whatever the case may be. Stop setting yourself up for failure. Y'all know y'all big celebrities. Y'all are targets. Hugs and love. Y'all be blessed. Now, watch I tell y'all that Tyler Perry going to settle under the table for an amount and get that man that money. Again, hugs and love. Y'all be blessed, J-Lo. Mwah.
Y'all, so I just watched Derek Dixon's interview. And when I tell you, this is the example of playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes. Tyler, you can't fault nobody for yourself in this situation. Because you were texting this guy. Derek showed the text messages. Flirting with him. You know, trying to pretty much shoot your shot. Y'all know how it go. And you seen that he had no interest in you, not even in the least little bit. The guy didn't have no interest in you. You just should have left well enough alone. You should have just took the rejection and moved on. And common sense would have told you when you invited this man over that he was coming on some I'm finna get in my bag type shit. Because he had no interest in you prior to you invite him to your home. So this man get in your house, and of course Derek Dixon already knows what's about to go down. And of course Tyler allegedly made advancements toward him, you know, trying to touch on him areas that he probably shouldn't have touched. And Derek come back and hit him with a $260 million lawsuit. Y'all. This is an example of playing stupid games and winning stupid ass prizes.
I want to start this video off by saying I believe men can be victims. Okay? With that being said, it is so hard for me to listen to grown men talk about being by another grown man. And as they tell their story, there's no part of the story that includes them fighting back. Where was your father to like teach? Huh? I'm not just becoming aware of the accusations that the actor Derek Dixon is making against Tyler Perry, but I just saw a clip of him talking to a journalist about his experience, his alleged accusations of Tyler Perry. And I'm just listening to a story from a grown man talking about Tyler Perry, inappropriate, etc. And at no point in the story did this man talk about fighting back or anything. Like, at bare minimum, if you're not going to fight, you can at least get boy, if you don't get your hands off me, boy, like, at bare minimum. At no point of these stories that you not only hear from Derek Dixon, but other people who have accusations like Lil Rod and against Diddy and all that, at no point in their stories do you hear them saying, hey, he tried to do this, he tried to do that, and I told him, and you got one more time, and I'm going to punch you in your whatever. I don't understand as a grown man dealing with another grown man how the thought of defending yourself doesn't even come into thought. I don't understand that concept. So it's hard to listen to men go to news platforms and sit there peacefully, talk to a journalist and explain the situation and like, yeah, I didn't fight him though. Because the whole time I'm listening, I'm like, at that point, you ain't swing? At that point, you ain't swing? Like, at what point did you get upset enough to, like, it's about time to fight? I've seen men get upset that somebody honks their horn in traffic. I've seen men get upset when their baby mama calls them out their name. But a grown man, you inappropriately as a grown man, and you have nothing. That just, I'm not wired in a way where that can ever make sense to me. And I'm an empathetic guy. I have empathy for a lot of people, but it's just hard for me. Like, I'm sorry they went through that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, once that person touches you or puts you in a position that you, like, if you react violently, people are going to ask you what happened. And when you explain to them, oh, buddy tried to touch me here. Oh, buddy did this that was inappropriate. Everybody's going to say, yeah, I would have did that too.
Go down in the comment section, share your thoughts. Love to know what you guys think about this story down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. The last creator talking about how it doesn't say why a man will not fight, but sometimes the power dynamic when it comes to this, and sometimes your entire self is in shock. I'm saying this as, like, even as women, sometimes when your abuser is abusing you, sometimes you can't do anything. Like, you can't respond. Your brain is shutting down, literally. And this man trying to say he doesn't understand why. Do I think all this allegation that Tyler Perry did something? I feel personally that he might not have done everything this man said he did, but something happened between both of them. And the relationship, the employer-employee dynamic, I feel like that is one thing Tyler Perry will be head of, and a lot of people are going to hold that on him, because you should not be having inappropriate relationship or even having inappropriate talk with your employee and all that. Is a no, that's sexual harassment and all that. So I feel like Tyler Perry should pay up. I feel like they should just sit down. The fact that Tyler Perry even made an attempt, that these allegations might be true, but the fact that there's a text message that shows interaction between both of them and all that, so that means something was done and all that. I just feel like Tyler Perry should just take the hell, sit down with this guy and come up to some type of resolution, because this man will just continue to go and smell his name. And do I think if this really happened, if everything he said really happens to him, this was a smart move, because when we reported the case initially, it was all court documents and all that. But the fact that he's sitting down, like the other creator said, to share his story and giving us visuals, like some of us are visual learners, we don't have time for literatures and all that. When we see things, our brain connect, and sometimes when you see things, there's a lot of emotions attached to it than reading them. So I feel like this is a good move to push out there, to get Tyler Perry's, or to get the court, to get people's emotions up, rise and all that. So I think it's a good move. I also feel like Tyler Perry should just sit down, because there's a proof. There's some type of proof. The car he bought, whether he did it 100%, I don't know. But he should sit down and have some type of resolution with this issue, because this guy is just going to keep on going and going and going, because he has some type of evidence, the text message, the car and all that, and his story. So yeah, I feel like men can be predators too, like not men, like men to men can predator, but this is a clear version of what women go through on a daily basis, and seeing it play with the man to man dynamic is just really like, oh, interesting. So now men will understand when they tell women, why didn't you say something? Why didn't you do something? Why didn't you wear something? Why were you there at that time? So men can actually relate with it now. Like, So for me, it's really interesting to see this play out. Yeah. The truth is that if Tyler Perry didn't pay, if he doesn't, yeah, I don't really care too much about this. Honestly, I really don't care. Honestly, I'm reporting it because people are talking about it, because yeah. Anyway, guys, you guys let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comment section. Go ahead and share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation. because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.